Welcome to the crib. Come on in and see where the magic happens. Welcome to my home office here. We are getting it done and getting the final touches ready, but I want to walk you through exactly where you see me on video. Here is where all the magic happens. The world famous desk for our mastermind calls, for the videos that you see on Instagram. We have our sweet camera setup, upgraded from a computer to a real camera. We've got the lights. We've got professional lights. Back here, the most recent addition is my bookshelf, which I actually spent a good amount of time organizing to the point that we have different sections of books. So up here we have customer service books. This whole section is my favorite, is memoirs, business memoirs, marketing books. This whole shelf is marketing books, health related books, sports books, just in all types of general business. And then down here, which is also cool, is I've kept all my journals from basically the last like 5 or 6 years. I'm gonna block out a day soon to just literally have a day of reading old journal entries that I made. There's probably a lot of lessons that I forgot over the years. I buy this book for every one of my highest level mastermind members, my VIP members. It's called The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. It is a fantastic business book. Shameless plug would be Beyond Fitness because it's my book. But for everyone out there, this isn't an amazing book. It's not. I wrote this book 5 years ago. Every single brand new patient in our practice gets a copy of this. So it is something that we give from a marketing perspective. It's like, oh, we have a published author here and he wrote this book. It matters. If you're out there and want a challenge, if you're a Rehab Chiro, I recommend getting a book together and writing it. Why? Because no one else will. This is some of my crypto. Shout out to my crypto stuff. And then these are cigars that obviously I don't really even smoke. So, and then behind us, this is the newest edition. Maybe you'll sponsor me. Sauna box. We have the new sauna. It was actually pretty cheap, a couple $100, and I've actually been very pleasantly surprised. I've only had it for like 3 or 4 days, but we've created a little bit of a man cave in this corner. As soon as we moved into this place in July, I looked at this whole section and said that this is going to be my office. So we've created a nice little office setup here. And then the last thing, and my wife is going to kill us for going over here because it's still got boxes and stuff all over. But the most important thing, shipping. So if you're ever on a call with me and you hear little ball clicks, these are foam balls, what you'll know, oh, almost went in, is that I'm walking with AirPods in and I'm hitting golf balls. How we stay busy in the winter here.
Yeah.
Ready to talk? So I think one thing that a lot of people struggle with when they're in business is that the spouse gives them a hard time. When you're building the business, it feels like it's slow for a long time. And you asked me, when's it going to be like, when's it going to change? So how did you continue to like not give me a hard time when it wasn't changing?
I guess from the beginning, I would like believe you and you had that motivation. I feel like I knew that you were going to be, you're like determined. That's what I believed. I think you were onto something.
Some of the people in our mastermind, they want to invest in coaching or do something and they have to like ask their spouse. Their spouse says they don't do it or do that, but like you've never said anything to me about it. You literally let me do whatever I think.
Why would I give you advice for something I don't know?
People watch me on calls and talk this way and very competent doing that around the house. Like I'm terrible.
Cannot find the biggest thing on the pantry. Let's say we'll just open up the pantry and I said, can you go get that? It's right in front of your face and you still won't find it. I have to tell you the exact position. Oh God, I have to describe everything and you still don't get it. Or we get a new dining room table and you walk right by and you're like, oh, cool.
My famous line is, I care a lot about a very little. If we buy this table and you like it and we can afford it, I'm happy. Anything more than that, like I don't really care. Not that she doesn't care, but she doesn't ask me about the business very much and we don't really talk about it, where I know a lot of couples like they debrief every day about work. I remember one time we were having dinner like when we first got married. She's like, you never talk to me about work. You never talk to me about business. All right, you want to hear it? And I just started talking and like 3 minutes in, she's like, you know what? This is too stressful. I'm good. I'm like, all right, I'm good too. Interestingly, like I think we both actually grew up pretty similar. Both of our dads owned small businesses and both of our moms sort of had that stable job, so to speak. When we got married and I was working late or I travel and do all of that, I think she was used to it because her dad worked late and, you know, he was out a lot and opened a business. And so there was never any like pushback where, you know, I deal with clients all the time or have friends that their spouses don't get it because their dad was always home at 4 or 5 o'clock. Tonight we'll have dinner really early, like 4:30, and then I'm going to go back down at 5 and I got to report a podcast. So it's just kind of, you know, how we do it. This year, actually, I'm traveling for work on her birthday.
is what it is.
People always ask, like, well, we have to work together because she's an OT, so it's very similar.
You're telling me what to do. I know that'll carry over at home, and it's just not gonna be good at all.
It can work. You can work with your spouse, but like I'm very cautious with it because most people just do it because it's convenient, I think, more than anything. And we were talking about like a real estate thing that I needed her to do. I was like, are you going to be able to do that? And she said, yes, but not on the timeline and allocation that you want it to be done, which is the exact reason why like we wouldn't work together. You know, the rules are the same for her and for me and for the employees and the team. And so if she doesn't hit a deadline at work, like that's not okay. In my opinion, the worst thing you can do for the company is if the boss's wife has different rules than everyone else.
Still the same Justin I met 10 years ago.
When we first started dating, there was a struggle because some of the people that she was hanging out with, I was like I'm not going to the club. I'm not doing that. Like, it's like, if you want to do this, like, it ain't gonna work. I asked you a couple weeks ago, why did you stick with me during that time? And she said, because I think deep down, like, I liked that you were gonna do what you were gonna do, and you were very strong in that belief. I'm not always right, but if I believe in something or believe in someone, that it's gonna stay that way.
He's still sticking to his routine. If things have to be modified, he'll wake up earlier to do all his work and get it done for the morning if he has to drop her off anywhere. Or that's the nice thing about the entrepreneur. You can make your own schedule. You have that flexibility to do that, which really helps out with us.
The work still has to get done. You know, people said like, oh, wait till you have a baby, things are gonna change and do all that. We still have to produce. The business still needs to grow. We still have to do the work. And so if I have to figure out another way to do it, then I'm going to do that. I work, every weekend by choice, because if I want to be done at 4 o'clock or I want to be with the baby or take her, like I might end early, but the work still has to get done. It was important to Dell, and it was important to me that, you know, we still lived our life. I don't know if it's a nice thing to say or not, but that the baby's joining your family, not the other way around. Last year we had Mastermind in January. Layla was 3 months old. She was on a plane. She came to Florida with us. She's coming to San Diego. And when we have stuff to do, like, we'll try to take her with her if we can, or, you know, if we have to find our babysitter and we want to, you know, we have a dinner a week or two, if we find a babysitter, you know, we're going to do that. And so, you know, we kind of talked about that preemptively, so long as we could do it, that we were still going to have a life.
I wouldn't have my life around her and just be like, oh, I can't go anywhere because of her. Majority of the time, I'd like to bring her along.
We went on our honeymoon to Jackson Hole to go skiing. So next year when Layla's 2, we'll probably take a trip somewhere to bring Layla with us skiing.
Put her on the skis.
Yeah, we're ready.
What are you doing? Hey.
What's up, girl? You have a good nap? Say hi. How's your nap? Did you have a good nap? I'm a movie star. I'm a movie star. Throw it. Good throw, Layla. Thank you, Layla. Ooh, good throw there, Layla. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, Layla? Like, subscribe, and share.